Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I'll be talking about spiritual formation. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the fact that spiritual formation does not happen in a vacuum, but it's an interactive process between individuals within a community. Often spiritual formation has been thought of as an individual journey, but I want to just recognize that it's actually a community process as well. We are in relationship with the triune God, and we're in relationship with each other. In the process of spiritual formation, our minds and our hearts and our wills are being transformed into being more like Christ. We do this by embracing our humanity based on Jesus' example of humanity. Thus, this allows us to become reflections of the love of God as His image bearers. As we continue down this process of transformation, we become people that produce the fruit of the Spirit, and our first reactions will eventually be one of holiness. And in our acceptance of the invitation that God has given us, we allow the Holy Spirit to work in our lives. We're adopted into the Trinity as co-heirs with Christ, through whom we find our identity as co-laborers. And we accept this undeserving grace of God that He extends to us, and we get to enjoy the fruit of the mutual submission that happens in the Trinity and that we join in with. And in doing this, we start to cultivate a heart of obedience to Christ, and this actually starts to transform our thoughts and our motives, and then eventually our behaviors as well, and we're becoming more and more like Christ in this process. Galatians 5:5 talks about the Spirit. In the Spirit we are awaiting our transformation, and in Romans 12 it talks about being transformed by the renewing of your mind. Spiritual disciplines are one form of that renewal, where we can actually create a space in which God is allowed to move and to change us. In conclusion, I'd like to conclude with a quote from the Upward Call. It says that spiritual formation is the whole person in relationship with God, within the community of believers, growing in Christ-likeness, reflected in a Spirit-directed, disciplined lifestyle, and demonstrated in the redemptive action in our world. Thanks.